The Eternity War. This is volume 2. We're going to look at, so for this one, we're going to look at the first section here. This is beautiful art. The Eternity War, volume 2. This is Skeletor's return to greatness. You can see some of the art. You can see the goddess of Serpos, Tila, leading the armies, the man-at-arms and the snake men, and this was really good. Now this is going into a little bit more with, I forget her name, but there's a relationship between Skeletor and this person. I forget, Dreamweaver? I forget the name. Right, Shadow Weaver. This is called the Master of Death. Now, this looks very much like the altar that Evil Lyn and Count Marzo used to bring back Hordak, or try to bring back Hordak. A lot of similarities. If Evil Lyn has delivered the Grayskull, Eyes of Grayskull to Hordak, I especially have little time to defeat him. So, my dear She-Ra, Hordak was once pinched to Etheria in the dark dimension of Despondos. So, let me see if I can get us... Okay, good. We got it back in focus. His power source was there, the billions of souls, eons. When he came to Etheria, sister world Eternia, and acquired the power of Grayskull, he left that power source behind, for the moment at least. We must journey to Despondos. We stand at the rim of the well of darkness. So this is, we can do anything. This was the original altar that Evil Lyn had used to get Hordak over here. So he's trying to say, oh, look, you know, Evil Lyn has betrayed us. Evil Lyn was supposed to be on our side. That didn't happen. So now what we got to do is we got to bring back, we got to find another way to combat Hordak. And as we go here, let's see. Light cannot eradicate it is a hole. A pathway between Etheria and Eternia, the light and the dark. So if we can draw forth the darkness, we can voyage to Despondos. How do you know all this? Because of you. I used the well once before to deliver a child called Adora to Hordak long ago. 7 years ago on Etheria, I commanded the Horde forces during the attack on Castle Brightmoon. 7 years ago on Etheria. It's a little bit different from the continuity because Skeletor never really went back. Once he became Skeletor, he never went back to Etheria for Hordak. Tear down the walls in Hordak's name. Bring Queen Angela to me. Now this, we do see Queen Angela from She-Ra's cartoon, She-Ra's universe. Seize your whimpering, great queen, your rule is over. Yield to me. Darkness now rules over Brightmoon. So, you know, it's hard to say what Skeletor, the 2002 Skeletor did, whether he was using his alter ego, which would be Demo Man. Could be that. Bow down before Hordak. Recognize Hordak as the true ruler of Etheria. And now and ever after. A lot of things could have happened. But I think that whatever he did for Hordak, he did it as Keldor. And then when he became Skeletor, he didn't want to help him anymore. Brightmoon is enslaved. So these two know each other. She has a hideous face, but he fell in love with her anyway. There is a regret. The castle is a beacon of hope for the rebellion. It must be destroyed. So it might be safe to say that the queen is dead. The Queen of Brightmoon. Now we go further into this. She was carrying a child, but we are here now, and that future is what we make of it together. I pledge myself to you. There is a whole romantic thing. You wear a mask, but you cannot hide your true self from me. You cannot hide your pain. I know your powers came at a price, as did yours. Some prices eclipse all others. When Hordak gave you your powers, he did more than enhance you. He erased you and consumed your soul. I loved you longer than you could know. You should go to Hordak now, my love. He summons you. Of course, she's going to betray him because she cares more about Hordak than whatever Skeletor wants. 5 years you have served me, Skeletor. 5 years and you have been a mighty force commander. The great rebellion cannot last forever. Etheria will soon be mine. Once it is, we can re-evade Eternia and finish where I started long ago. The capture of Grayskull. And this is the stuff he did. I have to imagine he did this as Keldor and then became Skeletor. Or maybe he used Emo Man as a proxy to do all these things. It's hard to say because he had bonded with that demon to survive. You have given me the blood of Randor. You've given the blood of Keldor, but I need more from the heirs of Grayskull. I need Adam. Not just Adam, there's another child. So bring the child both if you can. So it's all about trying to get out of Despondos. Grayskull's enchantments pin me to this dimension, but only his blood will free me. So maybe I think it's somewhere that if he could get the children, then possibly he could free Hordak. But it takes a lot more, I guess. So this staff, a weapon, a powerful weapon. The skull that crowns it belonged to a potent demon that I once had the pleasure of slaying. There's enough power left in that staff for one trip back through time. Retrieve the child Adora before she has lost me forever. Time travel, is that wise, my lord? Time can splinter and cause unforeseen complications. So let's see, time travel. Agreed, but it must happen. It will again. Go now, take the staff and secure my future for me. So I'm thinking that's very strange. So he sees the visions with the staff, the ram staff. Now, in the original idea, when the Faceless One needed someone to take care of Evil Lyn because his city was burning, Evil Lyn, he had to give up his ram staff. That was the original explanation here. And here he's showing a vision. First, Skeletor takes the baby. Then the sorceress encounters Skeletor. Skeletor brings Adora. Skeletor raises Adora. Skeletor consults his magic books and gets more powerful, I guess, using the ram staff. Then he goes into war with Shadow Weaver and the Horde, and then he becomes this really like final Super Saiyan powerful thing, takes on Hordak. So all this to get the power, to get ultimate power, he takes on Hordak. It's very strange how that goes because he becomes the very thing that he had wielded. So it's like a vicious circle. What did I just see? My future? I saw myself deliver the child. I saw you murder me. Unfortunate, you glimpsed your future, but my past. It is regrettable that you saw this vision. I did not anticipate that you would come in contact with the staff would cause so much havoc. Tell me the truth, I beg you. 18 years ago, a stranger came to me with an infant and told me that I had sent him back in time to retrieve this child. That was stranger was you. Evidently, it was a one-way trip. You could not return to your future. You had to stay in the past. In my generosity, I allowed you and Shadow Weaver to raise a child as your own. So it's true. You brought me a child. You eased my pain. You gave me Despera. So there is Despera. And time travel, you were right, unforeseen complications. This really started the betrayal between Hordak and Skeletor. And you have already died, I've already killed you. This is something you cannot escape. I won't leave my child. So she's not going to... she can't take the daughter and she can't take Shadow Weaver. So he leaves and does his own thing. Wipe your child's mind, remove all traces of Skeletor. She must not know him as a father. She is mine now forevermore. My lord, what does this mean? Skeletor did not go back, yet we still have Despera. Nothing has changed. So there's like a weird time jump here. It might be connected in some way, creating a parallel universe of some sort. He has just become the master of death, so Skeletor can do whatever. We can travel the Despondos to the Vault of Souls. So they got to go to the Vault of Souls and figure out what to do about Hordak. And this, was it true? The theft of Adora, the corruption of the time stream, all hidden from me? All of it. Now ready, we're going to go to Despondos. Hordak should never have handed me the key. So there's two different versions of that staff. One being that uh, the faceless one had given Skeletor the staff, um, and that maybe Skeletor or Keldor, um, it's hard to say. Maybe Keldor had given Hordak Baby Adora the first time, and then um, as time went on, he stayed with Hordak and then turned against him. It's hard to say. There's a lot of contradictions, isn't there? But that's when he realized he couldn't trust Hordak. It's a lot of different things. There's a lot of gray area. I mean, this is a different continuity. It's just going to hurt your head. We're going to get more into He-Man, She-Ra, Sorceress, Teela, and Skeletor coming up tomorrow.